So it's I don't know, 36 hours after the interview, um, and no response. I'm just making the video because the first interview guy, um, we had a lot of small talk. He was saying how he's former law enforcement, a veteran, and how like there's like questions you can't ask, and that's why we have to have two interviews. And as the interview went on, he let out that like you can't ask you can't ask. Oh, how did he word it? You can't you can't even check references unless you're, or like work experience, unless you're the like the head of the store. So like I don't know how true that is. I believed him. He seemed like a very honest dude. Um, and then he said like how uh, like for like work hours, be honest about it, because we've had people that will say that they have no restrictions, and then they'll start their job and say, oh, I don't work weekends, oh, I don't work mornings, and they have to like, once they're hired on, they kind of have to like find a reason to fire them at that point. They can't just rescind the offer um, because of that. Because unemployment, or I don't fucking know. I'm sure there's some legal reason. And then like same thing with like, do you have any physical restrictions? And if you say no, and then you like you know, you start working, and oh, I have this medical form that says I can't stand, every hour of standing I have to, I'm supposed to sit down for 15 minutes. And when he said that, after the interview, I walked around the store to like, profile, because that's what I do. Um, I am redacted. um, and sure enough, two of the cashiers, they were what you expected, and they were sitting down, and I kind of figured, you know, I'll get a call back for a second interview daily, or the same day, the next day. I'm still waiting and all that, but I have a feeling that no, they're not going to call back, and I don't know why. During the interview process, I told them I had um, 3 years experience graveyard at one place, 2 years graveyard experience at another place. How, a car caught on fire, and I did the procedure of, emergency pump stop. You lock the store, um, and you go to the evacuation area. I told them how someone dropped their engagement ring in the fuel tray catch drainage, and I locked the store and went out and got it. And told them like what was the hardest thing you've ever done, or most annoying thing. Legalese worded. And I told them how like we had people that would come into the bathroom and they'd lock it, and you wait 15 minutes, you knock on the door, everything all right, like, hurry it up, man. And 15 minutes more go by, and then you knock on it and say, all right, you got to leave, or I'm calling the cops. And then they finally get out and leave, and the bathroom's trashed. And he asked why I wanted to work at Lowe's. I told him that it's local, but for me, everywhere's local. You give me a job, I'll find the nearest fucking woods and plop down in there. I've done that. Done that basically 8 or 9 years now, minus the period where I was out in the Waddle and Daub. I told him that, you know, I did apartment maintenance. I was an apartment maintenance assistant for some guy for 2 years, and that ended because he moved back to California, and you know, I wasn't certified or anything. I was just the grunt work, you know, moving out of the stove, refrigerator, dishwasher, stove hood, and then I would bring in the new ones, hook them up, and then you know, like minor things like if carpet needed to be replaced, I'd you know, take out the carpet, use a pry bar to get all the staples out, spray demold stuff, and you know, roll out new carpet, staple it down, you know, normal procedure. And then, like, you know, if like a new sink needed to be put in, I knew how to use a Sawzall to cut out holes and do the drywall, and then, you know, get it all set up, and then spackle it, and how do you just saying all this, and then, like, I don't get a call back. And this isn't a one-off thing, man. I'm telling you, this isn't a one-off thing. This is like how every job interview that I managed to get, and like there was a lot of like interruptions. Like he'd get calls from people at the front saying, customer needs access to so and so, and then he'd try to radio someone to like get them to do it, and they wouldn't answer the radio. One of them said, "I'm on break," you know. It's like, and during the interview process, and you know, he seemed really enthusiastic. He was like, you know, just a heads up. He's like, I don't want to sugarcoat it because there's a chance they might go with someone, you know, give you the spiel about they went with someone else. Sorry. But he was like, if the next interview process, the guy will typically do like role play with you. He'll have you pretend to answer a phone, and then he'll like give like a complaint, and you'll have to kind of give what your resolution to that would be. Like he was like giving me a heads up on what the next interview would be, because I really do think he was going to give me the good word into a second interview, but nothing. And it's not the first time that's happened too. Basically, any retail place that has multiple interviews, it's the same thing. The first interview, the guy seems like he likes me and all that, and then no call back. And this has been going on for a while now. I just figured I'd make this video just because, you know, like I said in the other video, anytime I tell people in real life, they don't believe me. I even said, should I record during the interview, so when I don't get a call back, you can be like, well, he didn't, you know, he didn't whiff it. Yeah. Now I can show them the video, and they'll probably still be like, oh, no, you didn't try hard enough, but whatever. You know, fingers crossed, keep up hope, and all that.